Hare Krishna. I welcome everyone to our evening program. This is Damodara Stakam, Damodara month. And Hare Gupta, Hare Jaiswal, इसमें अंदर करो, सॉकेट अंदर करो. कितना और टाइम लगेगा? इधर इधर सॉकेट लगा रहे, चार्जर लगा. 15 minutes. The people are very inefficient. Okay. So what we will do, because they are late, we'll read something about Krishna Lila, and then we will sing the. Today we are going to read a very important chapter today. Mother Yashoda sing. Mother Yashoda sing the entire Brahmanda in the belly of Krishna. But before that, before we go there, let me discuss what we discussed, continue the discussion that we had. So we saw that how Devaki offered prayer to Krishna in the form of 400 Narayana and fully dressed, and offered prayer that you are my, how can I call you my son to the public. So this very idea that the things are being done by us is actually great hallucination. Things are done by either by Krishna or by three modes of material nature, and what happens to us a specific experience. Those who are attached to Krishna, their experience is all relation to Krishna, and whereas those who are not attached to Krishna, they are attached to the Maya, then their experience is related to lust, greed, anger, envy, pride, and illusion. So this is how we have the experience. We are going to talk about that a little more when we will analyze how Mother Yashoda had that experience of entire cosmos within the mouth of Krishna. That's a very, very... So before that, let us see what happened actually when Mother Devaki requested Krishna, and then Krishna immediately became a small baby and ordered Vasudeva, and he carried him to Vrindavan. So in the meantime, you know that how Kamsa would kill each and every child of, had already killed every child of Devaki before that. So when Vasudeva brought the daughter, female child, then Kamsa heard that Devaki has given birth to a daughter, not the son, but still he wanted to kill, and Devaki would persuade, but he would not listen. He will snatch the girl from the hands of Devaki, and as soon as he would try to destroy the child by throwing, smashing her onto a big stone, the child instead would appear as Ashtabhuja Durga, and she would say, "Oh, Kamsa, you are a number one fool, because your killer is being grown in Vrindavan. He's being brought up in Vrindavan." So you see that uh, all information was given to Kamsa that Devki's eighth child would kill him, and he's now in uh, Gokul. With all this information, Kamsa could not save himself. So this very idea that we can protect ourselves on our own is a very ridiculous idea. All information, what is not given to Kamsa? Eh? And not only that, Kamsa, being spurred by Narada, he thought Narada is giving him a nice counsel, and Narada would tell, go invite Krishna and Balrama for a exhibition match, and that is the opportunity for you to just finish him for all the time, for all good. But actually, Kamsa is not able to understand. He is bringing his Kala to his doorstep to be destroyed. So how Krishna does things, we don't know. Our calculation is based on our mundane vision, our myopic ideas. We cannot see Krishna's infinite hands, how they are operating. We are absolutely stupid, fool, based on little intelligence we are given by Krishna, based on little opulence or strength given by Krishna, based on little beauty that is given to us by Krishna, we become so arrogant, so arrogant. And what is the purpose of this arrogance? I don't know. And unfortunately, this is going on. This business is going on, and we are very unfortunately reading these Lilas. Unless you just see what happened in case of Kamsa. Yes, he killed 6 sons of Draupadi, Devaki. So what? What did he achieve? All that he achieved is complete destruction of himself. So this very idea that the world can go according to my way or highway, this is a very, 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 very powerful proverb within ISKCON. Because after we become devotee, we become manager, and we start, running the show, and we feel that because of me things are going on, and then the other devotees they see, why this Lila Purushottam is in the mood of my way or highway. What is this nonsense he's doing? Doesn't he know that Krishna is the boss? So this is our biggest disease. Our biggest disease is that we do not really understand how Krishna operates and Krishna's material energy operates. Of course, we don't know even how Krishna's material energy operates. How can I say, how does Krishna operate? Because Krishna's material energy, maya dekhyana prakriti swete satsaracharam. So Krishna's material energy is operating under his superintendence. Maya dekhyana prakriti. So when we don't understand, just like COVID came, today I was telling someone, I don't know whom I was saying, I was telling COVID came, it killed everyone's dream. In spite of that, people used COVID to make their material fortune. Those were shrewd, those were smart, so-called material smart. They used the COVID to make a fortune. But majority, I have told many of you that you see that planes are there, airplanes are there, they cannot fly. The trains are there, they cannot fly. People like last time Prabhu was telling, the entire tourism hospitality industry, which is basically a sense gratification industry, is completely collapsed. eh? Just one small virus, and it has affected all the world, all of the world. And anybody who thinks that I can really forget about we can manage things, first manage ourselves. I'm not able to manage myself. I'm not able to manage myself in the sense, neither I am able to practice Krishna Bhakti nicely, nor I am able to secure my Krishna conscious future. And I am simply wasting my time doing things that has no relevance to me or my future. And this is what it is. So, dear devotees, so Kamsa, he would make plan, just like we are making plan. All the Kamsa's plan was foiled. Kamsa would send Putana to kill Krishna, that is foiled. Kamsa would send Bakasura, Agasura, Vatsasura, everyone, all his plans will be destroyed. Similarly, we make our material plans after A, then B, if B doesn't work, C, if C doesn't work, D, and we go on. There is no distinction between Kamsa and myself because the similar plan, even if these plans are failed again and again and again, we still make those plans, unfortunately. So this is this point we have to realize. And we saw that now how Putana would come and Krishna was hardly a few days or a few weeks old, and thought that she can poison Krishna. Kalika. So Putana would come, uh, uh, smearing deadly poison around her breast and thinking that she would feed Krishna the milk, breast milk, and in that sense, in that process, she would kill Krishna. She didn't know that she has come to be destroyed. Anybody who would work against Krishna's plan will be destroyed. It doesn't matter you are so great or so. It doesn't matter who you are. Kamsa, Jarasandha, Duryodhana, Chedi, they were not ordinary fair fellows. They were all destroyed by the invincible time potency of Krishna. So similarly, we saw that Trinavarta would come and just take Krishna very high up in the air. And Trinavarta thought, now if I leave the child from very high, then a small child, when he falls down, he will die. Instead, what happened? Krishna increased his, just like Krishna sucked the very life air of Putana by sucking her breast. Similarly, here, Trinavarta, Krishna clung unto the shoulder of Trinavarta and became so heavy as if it was like a Brahmanda. Of course, Krishna is lighter than the lightest and heavier than the heaviest. So whatever Krishna wants, and Krishna doesn't have to become so heavy. That much heavy he wanted, he became. That would sufficiently, ground Trinavarta. So Trinavarta could not tolerate the burden, and instead of killing Krishna, he fell to the ground. And along with that, Krishna is falling, but Trinavarta is falling onto the ground, and Krishna is on top of him. Nothing is happening to him. It's two complete different space. Krishna is always protected by himself. Can you say that you can protect yourself? No. Krishna is complete. I can be also complete by connecting myself to Krishna. Then Krishna will protect me. I cannot protect myself, but by connecting myself to Krishna, then I can be within the protection of Krishna. Just like Krishna can protect himself, and all of them who take complete shelter of Krishna. So this is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. So Trinavarta fell like a dead log from like 3 kilometer, 4 kilometer height, and just fell and died. Miserable. So these pastimes of Krishna is so wonderful. Whether killing Putana, killing Trinavarta, just think about it. Krishna allowed Trinavarta to carry him up in the air. That means Krishna became lighter than the lightest. Trinavarta even didn't feel that there is a boy he's carrying. And encouraged his false ego, his demoniac attitude. He did that. And then what happened? So this is Krishna. Krishna is very wonderful. Only Krishna is wonderful to those who know how to take shelter of Krishna. Otherwise, why we commit Vaishnava aparadh, why we do? Because we are superficially Krishna conscious. So it is very, very difficult to really understand who is Krishna and how to take shelter of him. So, okay, so what I will do now, I'm going to, we will start now Damodarastakam. And can someone show the Damodara, Radha, Yashoda Krishna? Turn off the light. Yeah. Yeah. So first, someone please display. No, this should be there. Please show your. See, Radha, Yashoda Krishna is not visible at all. I don't know what's happening there. Okay. Namami Swaram Satchidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam.
Namaswaram Satchidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam
Esadabheya Lokhalada Bamanam Paramristam Atyanta Todritya Gopya
Yashoda Viyodu Kenadra Andavamanam Param Ristam Atyanta Dodya Gopya
Netra Yugmam Rujantam Karam Bhuja Yugmena Satanka Netram. Musasakam Patri Rekanka Kanta Sita Graivam Damodaram Bhakti Vadam.
Muhasvasya Kampati
Damodaram
Iti Tura Lila Virananda Kunde Sogosam Nimmajantam Akhyapayantam.
Rudantam
Tadiyasitagesu bhaktairjitatvam puna prematastam satavriti bande. Karam deva moksham va mokshavadhim va achanyam brune aham vari sadapiha. Idam te purnatha gopalavalam sada me manasya virastam kimannai. Idam te mokham vojam atyanta nilai pratam kuntalai snigdha raktaisa gopya. Moho samvitam bimba raktadaram me manasya virasta malam lakhya lavai. Namo devo damodara ananta vishnu prasida prabho dukha jalabhimagnam. Krupadrusti brustyati Krupadrusti brustyati dinam vatanu Ruhane samamagyam edhyaki drusya. Veratma jau baddha murtaiva yadvat Toyam ochitau bhakti bhajau krutau cha. Tatha prema bhaktim sakame prayacha Amokshe graha mesti damodareha.
तथा प्रेमा भक्ति स्वकामे प्रयच्छा न मोक्ष गर्भ में सती स्म मधुरा.
Namaste stu damne spura dipti damne Todiyadharaya tha vishwasya damne.
Namaste tuste dvami spurta diptidami.
Amaradhikaya todiya priyaya Namananta Lilaya Devaya Tubhyam.
नमो राधिकाय त्वादियाय प्रियाय नमो नंता लीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्.
Swaram Satchidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam. Asadabhiyalu Khaladabhamanam Paramristam Atyanta Todrutya Gopya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
होएगी शादी?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo, bolo.
Krishna,
Please offer your candle.
Hare
Bring a candle here.
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
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 Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara, Sri Radhe.
Namodare Namodare Sri Radha.
Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara, Sri Radhe.
Oh, Radha Damodar, Radha Damodar, Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara, Sri Radhe.
Hey, Radha Damodar, Radha
Radha
Damodar,
Damodar,
Sri
Sri
Radhe.
Jaya
Radhe.
Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe.
Jayo Radhe, Jayo Radhe, Jayo
Jai
Radhe.
Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe.
Jaya Nanda Yasoda Dula, Girivaradhari Gopal. Jaya Nanda Yasoda Dula, Girivaradhari Gopal. Jaya Nanda Yasoda Dula, Girivaradhari Gopal. Gopal, 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 Gopal.
Gopal, Gopal, Gopal.
Jaya Nanda Yasoda Dula, Girivaradhari Gopal. Gopal, Gopal, Gopal,
Gopal,
Gopal, Gopal, Gopal.
Jaya Nanda Yasoda Dula, Girivaradhari
Girivardhari Gopal.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Jaya Ra, Jaya Yasha, Jaya Nanda Yasha Dadula, Girivaradhari Gopal.
गिरिवरधारि गोपाल
Nanda Yashoda Dula, Girivaradhari Gopal.
Shri Krishna
जयानन्द
Yasonamala, Shri Girivaranand Gopal.
So let us read our pastime of Mother Yashoda shows the universal form within his mouth. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
पते वासुदेवाय
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om
नमः
Namah
भगवते
Bhagavate.
वासुदेवाय
Sukadeva Goswami said, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8, Lord Krishna shows the universal form. Sukadeva Goswami said, O Maharaj Parikya, the priest of Yadu dynasty, namely Gargamani, was highly elevated in austerity and penance, was then inspired by Vasudeva to go and see Nanda Maharaj at his home. Vasudeva was always concerned. He knows that he has sent his son to the Yashodangan in the care of Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maya, but also he knows the crooked trick of Kamsa, who is planning to kill his son. So out of paternal affection, when Nanda Baba came, after Vasudev in the night when Nanda Baba doesn't know, Yashoda Mai doesn't know, and Krishna was brought and exchanged with the daughter. So that time, nobody knows that Vasudeva has placed his son in the care of Nanda Baba and Yashoda Mai. And but after that, Nanda Baba came to give tax to Kamsa. So during that time, Vasudeva met Nanda Baba secretly and told him that please go back to Gokul quickly. I am really concerned. So instead of saying that his son is in his care, rather he said, please go quickly. And that meeting of Nanda Baba and Vasudeva was very, very transcendentally very emotional. Nanda Baba is not able to understand why Vasudeva, but Vasudeva is pouring out his paternal love for his son Krishna, and wanted Nanda Baba to return to Gokul as soon as possible. Anyway, so that is the. Now again, Vasudeva wanted Gargamani, the priest of Yadu dynasty, to go and visit secretly Nanda Maharaj's house. When Nanda Maharaj saw Gargamani present at his home, Nanda was so pleased that he stood up to receive him with folded hands, almost seeing Gargamani with his eyes. Nanda Maharaj could appreciate that Gargamani was Adokhyada, that is, he was not an ordinary person seen by material senses. So Adokhyada is a person who has transcended his senses, who is Jitendriya and who can see things using his transcendental senses. Adokhyada originally meant for Vishnu. Here this same word has been applied to Gargamani. So you can imagine how Gargamani must be extremely powerful personality. Powerful in the sense that no personality is powerful materially. Materially, everybody is a puppet. From Hiranyakashipu to Ravana to Kamsa, and what to speak of the strong personality like Modi or Trump or Xi Jinping or whoever he is. They're nothing. The real power is if you are spiritual, to have spiritual potency. That is the power. When Gargamani had been properly received as a guest and was very comfortably seated, Nanda Maharaj submitted with gentle and submissive words. Dear sir, because you are a devotee, you are full in everything, yet my duty is to serve you. Kindly order me. What can I do for you? So as just now I was telling, Krishna is so complete. He can maintain him, he can sustain him, and he can protect him. He doesn't need anyone to take care of him. Although devotees come forward to serve him, to protect him, but that is loving reciprocation. But Krishna doesn't need anyone's protection because he's fully protected by his internal potency. But anyway, similarly, I told that as long as we feel connected to Krishna, then we are also under the protection of Krishna, we become complete. So in that sense, Gargamani as a devotee is complete. And so he doesn't need anything to become happy. So, but however, Nanda Maharaj said, although you don't need anybody's service, but I would be, please grant me a service that I can please you. Oh my Lord, oh great devotee, persons like you move from one place to another, not for their own interest, but for the sake of poor-hearted grastas. Otherwise, they have no interest in going from one place to another. So very powerful verse. Mahad vichalanam nrunam gruhinam dina chetasam nisreya saya bhagavan kalpate nanyatha kvachit. Similar verse also was spoken in the honor of Digura by Yudhishthira Maharaj. So, we are poor-hearted grihasthas. We need shelter. And such Mahatma like Gargamani can enlighten us in our spiritual quest. So, oh great saintly person, you have compiled astrological knowledge by which one can understand past and present unseen things. By the strength of this knowledge, any human being can understand what he has done in his past life and how it affects his present life. This is known to you. My Lord, you are the best of the Brahmanas, especially because you are fully aware of Jyotish Shastra, the astrological science. Therefore, you are naturally the spiritual master of every human being. This being so, since you have kindly come to my house, kindly execute the reformatory activities of my two sons. Because both Krishna and Balram are staying in the house of Nanda Baba and Yashodamai. Because Rohini is also staying in the house of Nanda Baba. Gargamani said, my dear Nanda Maharaj, I am the priestly guide of the Yadu dynasty. This is known everywhere. Therefore, if I perform the purificatory process for your sons, Kamsa will consider them the sons of Devki. So Gargamani is the priest of Yadus. So Kamsa spies are spread everywhere. One may ask this question, if Kamsa knew that Krishna is in Gokul, why didn't he come? Why didn't he come to kill Krishna? Krishna is small. Of course, if Kamsa would have come, he would have been also killed. Just like Putana was killed. He would have been killed without any effort. But then Krishna has to perform his pastime in Braj before he kills Kamsa. So his internal time potency is not allowing to Kamsa to enter into Vrindavan. How? Because Kamsa has been cursed by a rishi that if he goes to Braj, then he will die. And because of that curse, Kamsa never ventured to enter into Braj. If he would have ventured, he would have also been killed. He would have made the same fate that Trinavarta, Putana, anyone, Agasura, Gamasura, Kesi, all of them, he would have made the same fate and he would have been killed. But anyway, so this is so the point is, although nobody could have done any harm to Krishna and Balaram because they are the absolute truth, but then his devotees are actually concerned about his welfare. Everybody wants to protect Krishna. So Gargamani doesn't want to perform the purificatory ceremony for Krishna and Balaram in an open manner. He wants to do it hidingly. Kamsa is both a great diplomat and a very sinful man. Therefore, having heard from Yogamaya, the daughter of Devaki, the child who will kill him has already been burned somewhere else. Having heard that the 8th pregnancy of Devaki could not bring forth a female child, having understood your friendship with Vasudeva, Kamsa, upon hearing that the purificatory process has been performed by me, the priest of the Yadu dynasty, may certainly consider all these points and suspect that Krishna is the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. Then he might take steps to kill Krishna, and that would be catastrophe. You see, if I would have been there in my consciousness now, then I would have told Gargamani, let Kamsa come. He'll meet his destruction, ultimate destruction. Because we do not have that love for Krishna. Don't have love for Krishna. Although we know Krishna can do anything, we don't have love for Krishna the way Gargamuni has, Devaki has, Vasudeva has, Nanda and Yashoda have. So, and that is why Gargamuni knows Krishna is the absolute truth. And still, he doesn't want this to be a public knowledge. Nanda Maharaj said, my dear great says, if you think that you are performing this process of purification and make Kamsa suspicious, then secretly chant the Vedic hymns and perform the purifying process of second birth here in the cow shed of my house without the knowledge of anyone else, even my relatives. For this process of purification is essential. So Nanda Maharaj requested Gargamuni that don't worry, that we will do it in confidential way in our Gosala. And I would not allow, because I am Nanda Baba. If I say some urgency is there, nobody will come to my house. So we'll choke everyone from entering my house, and then you, me and Yashoda and Krishna and Balrama. That's all. 5 people, 2 people will be given name. They will be given name. So, Namakarana ceremony. So, and normally Namakarana ceremony happens 21 days by 21st day. But I think it got delayed because by the Trunavarta when he was killed, Krishna is already 2-3 months. So that is why I think Nanda Maharaj is very anxious. Having thus been especially requested by Nanda Maharaj to do that which he already desired to do, Gargamuni performed name-giving ceremony for Krishna and Balaram in a solitary place, unknown to others. Gargamuni said, this child, the son of Rohini, will give all happiness to his relatives and friends by his transcendental qualities. You see, we are all unhappy. We are all unhappy because we don't have Krishna and Balaram within our heart. If, what is that? Narottama bara dukhi, nitai more kore sukhi. Narottama bara dukhi, nitai more kore sukhi. Rakho ranga charanera pasa. Rakho ranga charanera pasa. Nitai pada kamala. Koti Chandra Susitala Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Susitala Jechaya Yo Jagat Juraya Jechaya Yo Jagat Juraya. So we don't have Lord Krishna and Balrama in our heart, in our mind, in our consciousness, because they are not there. Rather, in our consciousness, always the sense gratification. Given any opportunity, we want to do gratification. We want to enjoy our senses. That attitude makes us very unhappy. To become happy, we have to keep constantly within our heart Krishna and Balaram. So here it says, Gargamuni says, Balaram will give happiness to everyone. And why we are not happy? Because we don't have Balaram within our heart. We don't learn Krishna consciousness from the example of Balaram. Whatever Balaram teaches, we don't accept it. This is the problem. So then he said, because he will give happiness. Happiness means pleasure. So Balaram will be the pleasure of happiness, a source of pleasure of happiness. So Rama means he who is giver of all kind of pleasure, who is the reservoir of all pleasure. That is Rama, meaning. So obviously you can see by saying that this boy will give happiness to everyone, immediately he gave the name Rama. And then he said, and because he will manifest extraordinary bodily strength, will also be known as Bala. So Bala, Rama. Bala means strength, spiritual strength. We all need spiritual strength. My dear friends, be convinced that our suffering is because of lack of spiritual strength. We are unhappy because of lack of spiritual strength. We don't have spiritual strength, and hence we are suffering. However, and it is not that our wealth can make us happy, our family can make us happy, nothing can make us happy. The only thing that can make us happy is the mercy of Balrama. And because he unites two families, that is Vasudeva and Nandababa, he will be known as Sankarsana. So Sankarsana, that connects all of us, devotees, when they are connected to each other, that through Krishna, that process is Sankarsana. So, your son Krishna appears as an incarnation in every millennium. In the past, he assumed three different colors, white, red, and yellow. Now he has appeared in a blackish color. In another Dwapar Yuga, he appeared as Lord Ramachandra in the color of a sukha, a parrot. All such incarnations have now assembled in Krishna. So why did he give the name Balrama? Because he is the reservoir for all pleasure for everyone, and he is the source of spiritual strength, and hence his name is Balrama. His name is Sankarsana because he united two families, but Sankarsana also unites all devotees, right? And now he is now speaking about Krishna. He said Krishna appears in every millennium. And in the past, he assumed three different colors: white, Kamsa Avatara; red, Rama Avatara; yellow, Gaura Avatara. And now he has appeared in a blackish color. Also, he is written in another Dwapar Yuga, he appeared as Lord Ramachandra in the color of Sukha parrot, green. All such incarnations have now assembled in Krishna. So this boy, so he knows Krishna, not only Vishnu, but original Vishnu. And in Krishna, all other incarnations are there. So Gargamuni knows this, and still is so protective about Krishna. Once you know someone is God, then you can have awe and reverence. But to have a love for him is most difficult thing. So to understanding he is God, but still feeling he is hungry, is because God doesn't have hunger. God doesn't have, thirst. But a devotee feels, because Krishna likes to be fed by his devotees. So these are all very, very tough subjects. For many reasons, this beautiful son of yours sometimes appeared previously as the son of Vasudeva. Therefore, those who are learned sometimes call this child Vasudeva. So he's not telling directly, but he's saying it is the son of Vasudeva. That's why his name is Vasudeva. For this son of yours, there are many forms and names according to his transcendental qualities and activities. These are known to me, but people in general do not understand them. So I know unlimited incarnations of Krishna, I know his unlimited names, but people would not be knowing about it. To increase the transcendental bliss of the cowherd man of the Gokula, this child will always act auspiciously for you, and by his grace only you will surpass all difficulties. Of the Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maya, they became mother of Krishna, but they were always in trouble. Sometimes Putana would come to kill Krishna, sometimes Trunavarta would come, sometimes Bakasura, Vatsasura, sometimes there would be forest fire, sometimes there would be the rain, Sambartaka cloud sent by Indra. Sometimes there would be Kaliya poisoning the water of Yamuna. So all kinds of danger has come upon Brahma and Yashodamai. But Gargamani is saying, don't worry, Krishna will take care of it. To increase the transcendental bliss of the cowherd man of Gokul, this child will always act auspiciously for you, and by his grace only you will surpass all difficulties. So from here, one way also we can interpret Gargamani is saying, let's not do this function in public. There is another reason, possibly, that has come to my consciousness. It may not be correct because I have not heard from any acharya. But the point is that why he wanted to keep public, because keep it private. If Kamsa would have known that he is Krishna, he's a small child, even if he was cursed, he might have taken this step to come to Gokul, to snatch him. Or like he sent Akrura after 11.6 months, and before that he could have sent. Then possibly it is possible that all the pastimes that would take place now in Braj would not take place. And Gargamuni is probably very, very anxious to see Krishna's beautiful pastimes in Braj. In so many ways we can analyze why Gargamuni, although he knows that nothing would happen to Krishna, stopped Nanda Baba to perform a public ceremony, name-giving ceremony for Krishna. O Nanda Maharaj has recorded in history when there was an irregular, incapable government, Indra having been dethroned, people were being harassed and disturbed by the thieves. This child appeared in order to protect the people and enable them to flourish, and he curbed the rogues and thieves. So that is when demons, they dethrone Indra, and then they loot the universal opulence. And that is what is being done by Ravana and Hiranyakashipu and Kamsa and so forth. And that is the time when Krishna would appear to establish Dharma. Demons cannot harm the demigods who always have Lord Vishnu on their side. Similarly, any person or group attached to Krishna is extremely fortunate because such persons are very much affectionate towards Krishna. They cannot be defeated by demons like the associates of Kamsa or by internal enemies of the senses. So it is possible that Nanda Baba and Yashoda might be in tension. They must be in tense situation because of the danger that Kamsa is posing. But then Gargamani is assuring, don't worry, he would take care of himself and he would take care of all of you. In conclusion, therefore, O Nanda Maharaj, this child of yours is as good as Narayana. In his transcendental qualities, opulence, name, fame, and influence is exactly like Narayana. You should all raise the child very carefully and cautiously. So Gargamani revealed to Nanda Baba and Yashoda that he is Krishna. Srila Sukadeva Goswami continued, after Gargamani having instructed Nanda Maharaj about Krishna, departed for his home, Nanda Maharaj was very pleased and considered himself full of all good fortune. Anybody who can tell that Krishna has appeared as your son, you will be in moon. You would be completely in ecstasy. And this is exactly has happened. And so we will stop here now because we saw that Krishna's name giving ceremony, Gargamuni uh, gave the name to Krishna, Krishna and Balaram. So you see that their name is not given. They have their name, and Gargamuni simply become an instrument to tell that who am I to give him name? His name is Krishna anyway. Similarly, who am I to give his name? His name is Balrama anyway. So they have that eternal name. Gargamuni is simply an instrument to perform a Lila. And so anyhow, so this is wonderful pastime anyway. I hope you enjoyed the pastime, you enjoyed the today's arrangement of Yashoda Krishna by Abhishek Jaiswal and Anil Krishna Yadav. And so whenever you see nice, beautiful decoration, speak something, offer some words of praise. Otherwise, it is like an offense. So I saw only few people did it, others didn't do, but we should do it spontaneously. Because simply Jai Yashoda Krishna, you don't have to say. Or Jai Radha Damodar. Okay. Thank you very much. Any question? Jhavari Sarma, I want to know that Lord Krishna killed Putana, although she was a monster demon, wanted to kill Krishna as well as not devotee of Lord Krishna, but she got Paramdhama, salvation. Why? Had she born in her previous birth? Oh, so that means you have knowledge of Bhagavatam. Yes, this is the beauty of Krishna. Krishna is all auspicious, whether he kills you or he protects you. In his killing, there is also protection. So by devouring Putana, Krishna made her free from all sin. Putana became so pure, so liberated. Anybody is touched by Krishna means Krishna is not going to touch any XYZ personality. So she has some Sukriti, obviously that's why she was touched by Krishna. But that's not the point. Point is that Krishna is all merciful, all auspicious. So because Putana came with the mood of a mother, Krishna only looks at your consciousness in a positive way. He cannot think negatively about anyone. And because she came as a mother, and Krishna accepted her as a mother and placed her as a mother in spiritual world. So Putana is now the mother of Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. And this particular verse that Sukadeva Goswami would recite in Bhagavatam, when that verse was recited to Sukadeva Goswami, who was roaming in the forest naked, he was so transcendently attracted to Krishna. He ran after those disciples of Vasudev and finally reached Vasudev's ashram. Vasudev caught hold of his son and said, sit here. Just one verse you got so attracted, so much in spiritual rapture. Now I'm going to teach you 18,000 verses. 18,000 verses I am going to speak to you. Just get trained. And that is how Sukadeva Goswami learned Bhagavatam and spoke Bhagavatam to Maharaj Parikshit. So this verse is very, very powerful. Oh Krishna, how merciful you are that you made Putana your mother, although she came to kill you. So that is the beauty of Krishna. A very unfortunate person doesn't come and love Krishna. Anybody who hearing about Krishna doesn't love him, he must be Kamsa. Kamsa or Kamsa Chela. Veera Singla, Hare Krishna sir, a father is not complete without his son. Wrong. Then why do we say Krishna is complete even without us? Oh, no, father is not completed. Father is never complete without his son. That is wrong. Father may have 1,000 sons, still he will not be complete. Father would be complete only when he has a son who is a pure devotee of Krishna. Otherwise, no way. So, Krishna is always complete. Is always complete. Because even if I am his disgruntled son, still I am within him. This universe is within him. So, only thing is that you are separated from Krishna in your consciousness. But you are always resting in Krishna. Trillions of universes are within Krishna. So Krishna is always complete. His sons, by their will, free will, they have separated themselves from Krishna. That's all. But even if you separate yourself from Krishna, nothing is beyond Krishna. Everything is within Krishna. Because everything is within Krishna. And hence we are within Krishna. That's it. Tarun, it is mentioned Lord Ram appeared in Dwapar Yuga. Sir, it is that Lord Ram can appear in either Treta. No, he always appears in Dwapar Yuga, but only on that Dibya Kalpa when Krishna comes. That time Treta and Dwapara they exchange. So first Treta comes and then Dwapara comes. And that Treta, Lord Ram comes. There's somebody, sometime somebody was saying that Lord Ram comes only once in a day of Brahma. No, that is not correct. Lord Ram comes every Dwapar Yuga. Amrit Panda, Hare Krishna sir, how was Kamsa cursed so that he cannot enter into Braj? Oh, I am not technically so sound. I think in Padma Purana somewhere it is there. Chiranjit Roy, Hare Krishna sir, was Ram reddish or greenish? It is said Ram is greenish, sukha color, and I assumed reddish because there are 3 Yuga Avatara, Hamsa, Rama, and Krishna. So in that way, I assumed Rama to be reddish, but that is, subjected to scrutiny of the Shastra. In 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that my devotee never perishes. What does it mean? It means Krishna's devotees are always protected by Krishna. Akshay Kumar Naik, what pastime of Krishna performs in Hamsa Avatara? In Hamsa Avatara, he also gives knowledge to Brahmaji, Kumaras, and so there are, and it is not only white, Hamsa is the only white, there are other avatars of Krishna, that they are also white. So I am not very technically sound on this. Dandavat Pranam Sar Gaurav Mathur, how to completely surrender to Guru and devotees. how to completely surrender. Please serve Krishna in the association of devotees and Guru. By serving the devotees and spiritual masters' instructions, we cannot practice or we cannot maintain our vow unless we serve Krishna in the association of devotees. Chanting 16 rounds every day, following 4 regulative principles is easy to say, but to maintain that vow day in and out is not possible unless we like when I was in Ranchi, we didn't realize when the day is starting and day is ending. Everything was so packed, but it was very good because either we were doing some kirtan or we are going to some village doing kirtan, chanting, and then some sankirtan in the early morning in the Maravadi. So the point is that when you engage in all these things, then only you will remain happy. Otherwise, you are not happy. The moment we start our material transactions, we become very unhappy. Next. I think so that's all. So thank you very much, everyone, for asking questions. Thank you very much for joining us. Normally, during this Damodarashtakam, this Kartik month, my house used to be filled with IIT Kanpur students. But nowadays, there are no students. But I'm so happy to see that we still have very beautiful decorations of Yashoda Krishna, Radha Damodar. And so service to Krishna has not stopped. But I miss that association of devotees who used to come here and here. But anyhow, now I'm able to talk to each one of you through this Zoom. So thank you so much. Vanchakalpatarvesha Kripa Sindhurevacha Patitanam Pavanam Vaishnavi Namo Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Gaur Pramanandi Hari Hari.
Hari Bol.